So last time we decided to take the chance advice to heart, and
The chance advice, it was actually my advice.
well, we all I think kind of concurred except for me, but I have come around on it. But I will let Ben explain then.
He says right as I take a drink. But yeah, basically my thought was, since there's quite a few, I should say there are rather, quite a few events which cause people to need a lot of patching up. For example, Benny getting both hysterically blind and stressed out like anything. People needing upgrades, people just not being ready to go to level 5 dungeons. Yeah, we have several people here, like poor Sir Wayne is at level 3, level 5, and at level 5.
Right.
Oh gosh, like Sway's level 3, level 2 for equipment. Basically, you need a lot of cash. Keen, nobody died off screen, but I will get to that because there was a funny story. So regardless, you need a lot of cash, and since Wayne in particular had been focusing a lot on getting all of the upgrades, like for all of the blacksmith, all of the guild, and things like that, we did not have as much cash as we should have. So I decided that the best way to handle that is every so often, especially when there isn't anything major going on the embark thing, to go ahead, just take an off-screen week or two, grind up cash, get our lower level people leveled up, and just otherwise run with it. And that way, whenever we go on stream, instead of you all watching us go through another apprentice level dungeon that doesn't have anything major going on, we can just focus on the major things. Like this time we're going after the Necromancer Lord.
Right.
No V-Wolves were missed, Sprawl, including the original one, which I no longer miss.
No V-Wolves were harmed in the production and the making of this production.
Keen, I did not make sure to take leeches because we don't have any... Well, we did have Zeus, but no, we did not have any leeches. As you notice, Claire freaked out because, yeah, for some odd reason, at least once, there was a fight between her and a madman, and the madman lasted for like 4 or 5 turns, and always accused her.
Right.
And like completely nuked her stress. She freaked out. The rest of the dungeon was basically her wandering around being fearful of everything. So yeah, it was... And yes, Lorax, we increased the cap by 4, because we haven't picked him up yet, but we can finally get a bounty hunter here. Yes. Not the best, but he's got everything we need, including being a bounty hunter.
Right. So Ben and I were joking about what the madman's accusations might have been.
Right.
You'll never live up to your brother.
Leon doesn't actually like you. Yeah, sounds exactly like Claire. Can't get the horrible images out of my head. Yeah, sounds pretty legit. But on that, nobody died, no runs, no hits, no errors. But 37,000 gold. So.
Yep.
So first things first, we fix her, because we're going to be having to keep her. So, just go ahead and do that.
Yeah, there is no penance for you, Claire.
And then, ironically, one of the problems with this one is previously there was no reason to go to any of them. Lorax claims we're a bad influence on Sherry and... Oh, Claire is a bad influence on Sherry and Moira. That's an accusation. But yeah, whereas for last time we had no reason to go anywhere, take a look at this. We have the Berserk Mask, which is pretty darn solid for the leper, especially the speed and crit.
And we bought the Fortunate Armlet, which, if you put the two of them together, is 8 accuracy, 4 critical, 3 speed, and a penalty only. Basically, 1 penalty to stress, 1 penalty to virtue. Right. Oh, and a healing received. Yeah. That kind of sucks, but it makes him a very hard hitter. Yeah. And very accurate hitter, too, more importantly. But we could go and get the Ancestor's Musket Ball, which is amazing for ranged skills. You could get the Ancestor's Pistol.
We're working on it. We're working on it.
To say, what I was going to say was, while we're getting the Musket Ball, we probably want a pistol to load it in, and surprise, that's here, too.
Yes. And plus 20 accuracy on ranged skills is amazing. Or... we can get his pen, which is great for melee skills. Plus 5 crit, plus 15% damage for only 10 stress. It's really good. Or we can get the Sacred Scroll, which is one of the few items that actually reduces the amount of stress you've got, makes your healing skills better, and doesn't cost anything except speed and stun skill. And yeah, Sprawl says that both the pistol and musket ball are great.
Right.
So that's the problem. It's like, we could go after any of these, or we could actually, fight the Necromancer. So, or we could fight the Hag too, but I don't think we just have quite as good a party for that.
In an example of how trinkets don't always mean what you think they mean, Sprawl mentions that he likes grave robbers, so he likes a musket ball, which I don't see a pistol on there on her jacket that the enemies keep bleeding on.
Indeed not, but regardless, let's go ahead and sort by stress. Because, yep, I'm still hysterically blinded.
And if anybody was curious about what we decided to spend our free town event armor upgrade on from last time, nepotism carried the day, and we bought Wayne his level 5 armor.
Oh yeah. You're somewhere around here.
Right in the middle.
There you are. Yep, he now has zealous conviction.
See ya, suckers.
Let's go ahead and...
You have to gamble, right? No, you have to pray.
Pray. I didn't know that I was a praying man. Sounds legit.
Yeah.
Then I guess Jill will pray. Oh, she needs to, I think. She can only not
She can
meditate.
anything except for meditate, right?
Oh, fair enough. Then Rebecca can.
And it'll work.
Yeah, but she got tapeworms. Because come to find out, she has a blutomania, which means she constantly poked the murky water.
Right, in the cove, yeah.
Dark musings go undisturbed. Regardless, we still have 30,000, so let's...
We're going to buy a ring from the...
oh, yes. Thank you for reminding me. Because she has the moon ring, which will be pretty good for dark runs.
Right.
So...
even further consider, Sprawl finds that for long...
hold on.
Yeah. It's up to...
Because Wayne doesn't do Windows the way that I do Windows. There we go.
And he mentions that exploration quests tend to be easier than skirmishes. Yeah, I would say that's true. Long can only be one of those two. Right. You can't get do 3 X's in long. They're all medium.
Right. But anyway, for now, we will go ahead and come up with a team to fight the Necromancer. And I was thinking of going with the usual selection of holy rollers.
Yeah, the first the run we did against the Necromancer Apprentice, I called the Holy Hitmen on YouTube. And at the time, of course, we had 2 Crusaders and Rip Taurus.
Right. He died for a good cause.
Yeah. Some people get rolled. He got shambled, right? Or was it?
Yeah, he died of the heart attack. His great heart burst, I think the proper term would be.
So it happens when it grows 3 sizes that day.
Indeed. But regardless, we will go to the guild, and we will level things up.
Sprawl should be pretty much close to maxed out, but not on skills, though.
Right.
Or anything, actually.
Yeah.
Because, we haven't taken Sprawl out in forever.
Right. So we will be wanting to level this up.
There's a point of blight. Can't go wrong with that.
Probably the same for that one.
Okay.
And then that's an extra 10% chance for stun. Do you think I should go for that?
I believe it also affects the move chance too, although I'm not sure what it's determined.
Oh, Sprawl says don't bother getting Sprawl's weapon.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, Sprawl's exactly right, because we'll be giving her the Blasphemous Vial, which is I think 15 accuracy on ranged.
The Malignant Mantle.
And the stuff we use her for, the damage doesn't matter anyway. So yeah, there's really no reason to waste money on her weapon.
At least for this time around.
Yeah, I wouldn't ever do it.
If you were using things like Incision.
But we don't have a Bloody Herb, so Incision's a complete non-starter. I mean, if we did get that, and you did want to spec her for it, we could, right. But...
That's the thing, it's like, in the abstract, there are situations where upgrading the Plague Doctor's weapons would be good.
In theory.
Just not in this case. Alright, so I will be wanting... only a 5% increase. Yeah, neither of those increase the crit mod, so it's not a whole lot of reason to do it.
Yeah, I mean, we basically have to give a leper an accuracy trinket anyway.
Right.
So... 2 HP on Solemnity is pretty good.
True.
And every little bit helps.
I'll save that for later, though.
Yeah. That's more of a would be nice than a must have.
Right. Let's see.
That's true. Yeah, the last upgrade on weapon is speed. That's true.
And then we were thinking of either Smite or Zealous Accusation.
We're fighting the Necromancer, so Smite probably be because they have the bonus on Unholy.
Right. Should we do Zealous Accusation?
That's less than necessary.
Right.
I mean, that's another thing to put on the one that would be nice.
Then will we be going with Bulwark of Faith or Inspiring Cry? Yeah, crit does help damage over time.
True, and stress too, for that matter. Well, well, I guess we could get Inspiring Cry. I mean, it's a little bit of everything.
Well, yeah, but my thought is, if we go with this, not only does it make it more likely that Wayne will be hit, but it increases protection. Which, considering the Necromancer constantly spawns more baddies, would be more useful, I think.
Well,
unless we were going with Flython using Withstand. But even in that case, it doesn't mark him.
Yeah, they're both good.
Right.
Yeah,
I'm just saying that of the two, I think Bulwark of Faith is more useful.
Okay.
Sprawl says Inspiring Cry, though.
Yeah, I mean, basically, it's like you get another point of light, you get a point of stress, and I think if you max it out, you get another point of heal. Yeah.
No, it's only... well, it increases the minimum.
That's what it guarantees at 2 HP.
Okay. Ashley Gorsh. Okay.
She's way behind.
Let's see. That would actually be good, I think.
But that's
more... Do what?
Do you have her in slot 2 for...
No, that's where... she's in slot 3.
Okay, then you don't even...
Illumination is the
Illumination,
first 3,
yeah,
right. Yeah, you're thinking of either Hand of Light or Mace Bash.
I think Hand of Light.
Right. The important thing, though, is to max this out.
Yes.
And then... we could do that for stun.
Yeah, currently she's the only stunner, I believe.
Well, Wayne has the Pommel Bash.
We don't actually have it equipped, though, do we? Oh, we do.
Yeah.
Okay.
But hers says can hit anywhere.
Yeah.
So, yeah, let's go ahead and do that.
Well, up to rank 3, anyway. You can hit rank 4.
Right. And then, I guess, increase that.
Let's see. Yeah, debuff on dodge is pretty good.
It's either that or increase Divine Comfort.
If you're having Divine Grace, that's probably going to be your primary one.
Right.
And you won't be needing to heal Flython because he has a self heal.
Well, I'm not going to have him self heal in the fight if I can help it because he needs to deal damage.
Right. I'm just saying, like, for getting there, it's a little less essential to have the party heal when everybody else can heal too.
Right. I'm just saying that for the Necromancer fight, you get several attacks happening in a row.
Okay.
So that's why I'm a little worried about that.
Yeah,
I think Illumination would probably be better.
Okay.
With the reduced dodge. All right. And with that, we have cash for maybe one upgrade.
Yeah.
Probably Ashley's armor. Oh, we also can sell one of these Holy Orders. Let's see. Is there anything else that we need to get rid of? I have a feeling we've done this before.
Yeah, you saw some stuff before the last mission, so I think we're pretty much good.
Yeah. Yeah, we can go ahead and increase Ashley's armor a little bit.
Does that make sense?
Then she's at 4.
Yeah, you don't really need that increase. Now for...
that might be good.
Yeah. Yeah, more critical, more damage.
The Broken Blade.
Teaching Dr. Sprawl.
Let's see.
Hey, Zane.
Hey, Zane. You need it. You can do it.
You can do it. I believe in Ben.
On the other hand, that is a lot of extra damage.
It's damage and it's speed, and it's a little bit of crit.
Right.
And you really can't go wrong with the final tier weapon upgrade.
Yeah, I think I will go ahead and do that.
Okay.
And we do need the 6,000 for the we're actually getting there.
Yeah.
All right. So go ahead.
Yeah, we're a little undergeared for a champion boss, but I think we can probably pull it off.
Here's hoping. So yeah, that's Blight and Stun, which is what we need.
Yep.
And then what else?
Let's see. She's got accuracy taken care of too. So let's see. It's a Stun 40, Blight 20, right? On the Biceps file.
Yes.
So they're both very, very likely to go through. I would say at that point...
It's like 150 odd. Oh, Zane's PS3 might be dying.
Oh,
I'm sorry to hear.
I would say at that point, give her either the... something like either the Tough Ring or the map or some support thing. Or speed boost. Yeah, speed would be good too. She is fragile, so the speed and dodge of the Feather Crystal might be good.
Yeah, let's go with that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly. Yeah, Keen was taking the same wavelength on that one.
And this is not going to be as useful for her because she's not going to be in level 2 or rank 2. But let's see, we want to get the stun on her.
Yeah, the stun amulets, and the Vestals always have accuracy problems. So actually,
it's either that or I was thinking maybe getting the Junia's head.
I think she'll be fine on the HP she's healing.
Okay.
I would say it's a lot more important to make sure that her judgment and stun will go through in the first place.
Right.
So that's Sun Ring, or considering all her attacks are ranged, you could give her the steady bracer.
Yeah, that's probably a better idea.
Her dot is terrible anyway.
Right. All right, Wayne.
And if you ever plan on using Pommel Bash, you'll need the stun trinket.
I'm thinking this one, because it's 15% damage, which is pretty nice, and it doesn't have a stress penalty. The Necromancer can do that.
True.
And you're not going to be throwing any healing down anyway, so...
Yeah. That seems fair enough to me.
So that would lower it from 2 to 1,
2 to 1,
right?
yeah. That's more of a getting people out of Death's Door thing anyway.
And the stress.
Don't forget to take off the Zealous Accusation, put the protection one on if you're going to.
Well, not while I'm getting there.
Okay.
But, yeah, let's go ahead and do that.
Well, the thing I was thinking of is that if you're going to be using Zealous Accusation, you'd want a generic damage increase, the one that's melee only.
And that is ranged.
Which, considering my speed is already atrocious, make it just...
Well, against the Necromancer, I probably won't be using that. That's when I would switch over to Bulwark of Faith.
But regardless, it might not be a bad idea to do the legendary bracer. Oh, but it does have a stress hit. Okay.
Right.
I forgot about that.
As things like I want to avoid stress as much as possible.
Okay. Fair enough then. The other thing too,
this might work. Well, that's 10% stress too.
The big benefit on Wayne is that we have natural swing locked in, so you can afford to skimp a little bit on accuracy buffs, which normally are mandatory for your melee guys and champion.
Right. My other big concern about this is that if we do that, your speed is 0.
Right. Which the speed of 0 too, it's not much difference.
But if I do this, it's speed 4, which is a bit better.
Yeah.
And the important thing is I want to try to get it in the realm of possibility for you to move before the skeletons.
Getting the tank's dodge up to 30 as well is pretty good.
Right. Okay, let's go ahead and do that.
Okay, in that case, that we probably want to swap the... you probably want the stun trinket. Because basically stun is never going to go through on champion if we don't boost it on a move with a low base stun. So I think that's a little more useful than the 15% melee.
All right, if you say so.
I mean, the rest of you guys...
And I prefer just layering on the damage.
Right. Yeah. Before we sign off on that one, Sprawl, Keen, and everybody, let us know what you think about the trinket choices on Wayne. Flython is pretty obvious. We're going to do some damage booster in the Fortunate Armlet.
See, and I'm probably not going to go with that because minus 3% crit isn't what I want to see.
Right. That changes the calculus once you get the Fortunate Armlet.
Right.
The Berserk Mask would obviously be perfect, but
we could do the Berserk Charm.
Berserk Charm is good.
We could do that.
If you're going
to that stress,
somebody should have the sun ring, because this team will be keeping the lights on pretty well, and it might as well be the leper.
That's a good idea.
Now here's the thing: the Fortunate Armlet is superseded by that basically. So I would say at this point you could do Sun Ring plus Mauler or Brawler gauntlets. Just go damage, 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 and save the critical for later.
I guess, but I mean, getting crit with the leper is just really good.
True. That case, I guess yeah, Berserk, Charm, and get him even more speed and damage. Be crazy on the stress, but
instead of what
instead of Fortunate Armlet, he will need that plus and the Sun Ring.
Yeah, we can go for that.
Mm.
All right, folks, what do you think? We've got the Sun Ring and the Berserk Charm on Flython. We've got the Ancestor's Candle and the Paralyzer's Crust on Wayne. We've got the Steady Bracer and the Stun Amulet on Ashley. We've got the Feather Crystal and Blasphemous Vial on Dr. Sprawl.
I just had a thought.
Uh-oh.
Check Ashley. What does she have on the... Yeah, give her the Sun Ring. That'll give her a little bit more damage, too, and then Flython can stick with the Fortunate Armlet. And keep his accuracy and critical, since you like the extra critical chance.
Ashley's not going to be doing a lot of damage anyway. She's generally going to be healing and stunning.
Oh, that's just a thought.
Right. It's like, normally, if she had more damage-dealing moves, I think I would go for it. Mm. So as it is, I like Flython just being able to swat things and kill them.
True.
So that is my calculus.
Fair enough.
All right. And with that, I will assume that everybody's signing off on it, unless they have anything else to say. So I will start provisioning.
Mm-hmm. So go back a little bit, Zane. What had you been streaming or playing on your PS3? And are you having the yellow light of death, or a different problem, or what? So you probably don't need that many holy waters, which are probably going to save some for the boss fight.
That's
right?
what I was thinking. Yeah. And actually, I think I can go back and get the.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. We're going to get her that one, right? As you had with the holy rollers. Cost what, 1,000, I think.
It's probably going to be a little bit more than that. There she is.
A bit more, yeah. PS3 isn't turning off when he plays a PS2 game. Sort of soft locks.
Huh.
Weird.
Yeah, I think I'll go with that because 15 protection is nice.
Right.
Then let's be sure to actually equip it.
Right. Yeah, that's a problem with all those older PS3s, you know, which includes the backwards compatible generation.
Okay.
You know, they just eventually wear out. I'm kind of surprised this lasted. The ones that are left last as long as they have. You want extra shovels so you can break the urns with them. Well, I figured it had to be the backwards compatible version if you've been playing PS2 games on it.
Right. Okay, I guess if that's...
let's see. You don't need bandages, don't need... another herb or two for the Iron Maidens and tables.
Okay.
And other than that, I think you should be good. I don't need as many torches because you've got a team with lots of light generation.
I guess. Alright. Looks good?
Looks good to me.
Alright.
So, I brought my colleagues back with much of their intellect intact. A remarkable triumph for even the most experienced necromancer. Freed from the trappings of their humanity, they plied their terrible trade anew. The dead reviving the dead, on and on down the years. Forever.
Oh, that explains a great deal.
Yeah, it seems like every single one of these, every single one of the dungeons has a justification for how the dungeon works. Like for the swine were...
Oh, it's going to be all the way down there.
Like the swine were revealed right away. It's like he used pigs as a pigs as a substitute for humans with his experiments, and they started reproducing. For this one, it's like, yeah, the necromancers just create more undead. Yeah, all I can say, Zane, is good luck getting Sony to do anything for you, because they were just complete jerks when I tried to get mine fixed. The only offer they would make was I think like $100 flat on replacing it for a Slim, which of course doesn't do backwards compatibility.
A blazing star is born.
Whereas Keen said, "Good job, Ancestor. You created a von Neumann machine of skeletons."
Great is the weapon
They said perpetual motion. It was impossible. They called me mad. Bleed resistance 145 on the gargoyles. Why not just make them immune at that point?
I guess because you can, in theory.
Lorax is half paying attention to the Fiji versus South Korea Olympic soccer game. Was 0-1 in South Korea's favor before the stream started, now 0-6.
Man, that reminds me of
but a victory nonetheless.
North Korea versus whoever it was that had kind of a similar situation.
Yup.
And yeah, this is not going to help us a whole lot. So.
Right. Except against North Korea.
Right. Uh-oh.
Yes.
Oh.
If only treasure could.
But remember, that was me and had the had that not thanatophobia, but bloodthirsty. Yeah, that may not have worried as much about Iron Maidens.
A trifling victory, but censor those ingrained flaws. Oh, here we go again.
Hey, Draken.
Yep. You're getting really lucky with that. It's kind of amazing.
And just imagining with Bloodthirsty, it's like, where are the entrails and gibbets? There's nothing here but worthless gems.
Let's see. Yeah, that doesn't work for the sun. That's a long journey.
Right.
On the other hand, yeah, I think we'll be okay. I do feel kind of bad for Fiji in that situation, though.
2 for 2. Not getting screwed on the procs.
A what?
Ooh. Proc, I think it's like for a process or something, but it's a procedural event. It's basically when a random chance, kicks in or not. Zello. So Zello's still taking care of the other guy. What's your quarrel with us?
Confidence
Yeah, that
surges
works.
as the enemy crumbles.
I probably could have Zealous, but...
Well struck.
Yeah, Drakenel, we wanted to. We're thinking after this one about going after the Hag with pretty much a completely different team than this one, and we didn't want to risk because the Hellion would be essential for that one. We didn't want to risk Lorax dying or going insane on this one.
Right. So those two are both dead next turn.
Mm-hmm. Ouch! 7 damage. Granted, my weapons say 2 upgrades behind, but still, it's 45%.
Yeah,
protection,
this does not bode well.
Yeah. They basically take half off on the damage. Yeah, given how much they're spreading out the pain, maybe it would be worth tagging in her group heal move. I thought we maxed it out too, did we not?
Unforeseen.
Oh no, we said we'd come back to that one.
Right.
Yeah, for Solemnity. Had Dab Blight damage. Yeah, we maxed out to Dr. Sprawl's Blight, and it went from 5 to 6 in the last upgrade, so, would have been crazy to pass up that deal.
Right. Okay.
I gotta say, I really like the clamped Stolver skeleton, corpse icon. with the chain coif and the broken shield. Makes you think of a dead Dirk the Daring. Exactly, group heal absolutely worth it. Mathematically, it's a better deal too in terms of total HP restored.
Which is why I was wanting to go for it, and you said no.
Well, I said it wouldn't be as essential because everybody else in the team could heal, but it's not bad, you know.
Carapace Idol. 25% HP. That's not bad.
That's not bad.
Only for the antiquarian.
Right.
Quick, use a key.
But she already has a lot of HP, so it could turn her into a bit of a tank. Ooh, tempting.
I'll pop in to see what kind of trinkets we're looking at.
Sure. Is it?
Yeah.
Huh?
It is better than a trap.
So we know not to bother with that hallway.
Right. This is
torch. Yeah. I'm thinking, you know, maybe it might be worth it to hit the room curio. There's probably going to be a statue to give us a buff.
You say probably. I'm not so certain.
Well, I mean, what else could it be in the ruins?
Pretty much anything.
Like a sarcophagus. Yeah, like a sarcophagus, in fact.
Like that, right there.
Well, I gotta be economical. I always keep my eyes open for good deals. Exactly, Draconel. It's not a bad deal for the antiquarian at all. You know, she doesn't have a whole lot. She doesn't have any protection. Well, obviously none of the classes do innately, but she has a lot of base HP, so the multiplier is, you know, pretty good. And then she can use. Probably just keep. I guess just probably have her use the dodge buff and everything.
Right.
Jeez. Granted, the leper can take it. They got HP to burn too, but. Yeah, once Tempting Goblet becomes a legitimate, you know, risk of killing you, instead of just an annoyance and a stress, that's, yeah. It would have been 6 before the critical.
He's dead next turn.
It's funny, Keen. I actually have Reciteer. I don't have it on Steam. I have it on what's it called? Impulse, I think, the GameStop app. But yeah, we actually do have Reciteer. I know all about opportunity cost and sunk cost fallacy. And come on, Nagi, why won't you join my team? Why?
Yeah, I'm starting to actually really regret doing this because we do not have the HP to spend faffing about. All of the faff.
Well, we have food. We haven't camped yet. You know, be able to get some of that HP back.
Their formation is broken. Maintain the offensive.
Well, saying we'll be able to get some of it, but we won't be able to get all of it.
Right. See, his stun resistance is stun resistance 95. Okay. If you, yeah, that'll be 6. So if you can inflict 11 HP, which you probably can do. Oh, or just do it in 1.
Okay.
Oh, and the Sapphire too. Probably you can save. Yeah, food would work, or you could also junk the anti-venoms.
Okay. That's slightly ajar.
Yeah, I think the one with the statue on it is unlocked, and the other one is locked.
Right. Or in any case, the one that actually says that it's locked.
Right. Yeah, what Reciteer is a fun one for how Ben and I approach the game differently. Because I actually liked the gameplay aspect and, you know, leveling up your team and everything. So I'd be doing a lot of every single time. I was doing a lot of dungeon delving, and whereas Ben would just be like, "Hey, I wait for a sale," and, you know, basically buy the guild masters, you know, swords at, like, you know, a third the price, and then sell them back to him at a markup.
Yeah, I basically handled it much more like a actual, like, merchant simulator.
Right.
Oh, criminy.
You have to keep our eyes open on the light because a ghoul can reduce it.
Right. Let's see.
I'm thinking she actually has the highest, but it's a 40% protection, so you'll want the DOT starting right. Ooh.
That's not good. That's also not good. Huh.
Well, it does mean you can just finish off the cultist, and I mean, you just have to amend your plans. Jeez.
Criminy. That's probably not going to finish him.
Right, what to do with that?
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
The red.
Yeah, that's my biggest problem with this. It's just the fact that everything in here can do quite a bit of damage.
Right.
I will get that damage over time started.
There we go. Those are some near misses on its resistances. Like she's got a only 60% chance of the.
Arg.
Yeah. Let me quick check. Okay, it's one. Yeah, there's like an 85% chance of the stun going through. Yeah.
Saying I just need a little bit of time to breathe, and I think I can do this.
Yeah, this is why the champion tier dungeons are so difficult, because you basically have to min-max your skills with trinkets to get them to ever go through because of the resistances, but you also need to min-max your accuracy, otherwise you miss all the time, as you're seeing here.
Right.
It's like Flython has a net 5 on his accuracy, and still can't hit with a nearly maxed out move. And it's like you have to do this, you have to have that, and you just don't have the room for it.
Right.
I think it was it Sprawl that one of the guys said last time, it's like the game was balanced around you being able to break it, and that you can't, it's actually a lot harder.
Right. Let's see. If I can do 3 points of damage, it'll finish it.
I think if I had my druthers on rebalancing this one, I think what would help a lot is to have moves with rider effects like Illumination, have the effectiveness of them scale by upgrades, and then have them automatically apply. Not have the and only have the debuff chance apply for very severe debuffs or something, because and then make them not stackable, because that would solve two problems. It would let you deal with dodgy high tier enemies. You spend a turn to make them hittable for everybody else. That's a reasonable niche to have.
Right. And
then you prevent the abuse of being able to stack damage debuffs on the Swine King and just laugh as you get marked.
Whoa!
You'll just soak everything.
And it's herbs.
Herbs, yeah. Yeah, Wayne's disappointed with the Iron Maidens. There's nothing interesting in them.
And 12 busts are more than enough.
All right.
Ugh.
At least with the high base accuracy moves and the vial, Sprawl's at least not going to miss most of the stuff. Wow, that's a lot of HP on the bone sergeant. I mean, for a mook anyway. Yeah.
Masterfully executed.
It's not bad. Family-friendly language, Vestal.
I was hoping Sprawl would actually be able to kill it.
Oh yeah. You mean Flython?
Yeah.
Straight at 25 stress. Wow.
Yep.
So he's taking what 10% extra, or 25% extra, I think.
I don't recall offhand.
Yeah, I think 20% extra. That makes sense. 20 to 25. Yeah. Ooh, that sucks.
Saying it's like a lot of things are going wrong really at the worst possible time.
Right.
Continue the onslaught.
Well, she's dead too, I believe.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. All right. See, how much bleed are they doing at this level? 3 points per?
Yeah.
3 points per.
Let's go ahead and... Yes.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Actually, let's...
Yeah, take care of that. A lot of things going wrong. Sounds like a Darkest Dungeon thing.
And we're right back to bleeding.
We tried. Yeah, Draken, no, we cured the bleed, and then he bled again. See where that got us. No, it worked out, because then it would have been 6 DOT if we hadn't, so...
This isn't good.
We do have the light above... The light might not be above 75 anymore with her stressful. Oh, no, it is. Okay. Huh. Yeah, I'm thinking that even with the Fortunate Armlet, or the Sun Ring, that the leper's accuracy is bad enough. It just wasn't wasn't worth the risk of a Berserk Charm plus not fully upgrading his skills. Okay. Bloody hell, Zane says.
These nightmarish creatures can be felled.
Yeah, once again, I feel like I should have gone with my gut. And I didn't.
On what?
On on not going with the Berserk Charm or upgrading his skills. Basically that the combination of the two just isn't quite working the way I would want. Mm-hmm. As it is, 125 gold. We don't really need busts, though.
Right, we could sort of safely toss one stack of them.
Right.
Really, we're kind of done with heirlooms as it is.
Right.
We need crests, for everything. We need a couple more. We need deeds for the.
No, I can't believe I did that again.
Poor Ben. We need crests. We need crests.
I'm just not really worrying about heirlooms right now. Oh, hey. This will at least help for a little bit.
That's the one with the sword. Let me just say a combat buff. I probably want to camp first and then get it. Because it lasts until you camp.
Okay. In that case, I'll go to the next room and then come back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So if you're planning on resting soon anyway, then that'll be.
Well, I wasn't. Is the thing.
When were you planning on resting?
Probably closer to around here. Mm-hmm. So I made sure that my buffs would actually last to the Necromancer.
Okay. Well, in that case, just get it now, then.
Okay.
Remember, everybody, we polled the chat before we went in here. You had the chance to warn Ben about his trinket selection.
On the other hand, I think I'm just going to have to camp both to reduce stress and also to heal up.
Yeah.
Because, there's just a lot of...
He might be the better play there. Just get 2 chances to hit them. Since his accuracy is so low. Nice.
Yeah, I'm thinking this just isn't going to work. I shouldn't have gotten the accuracy penalty.
Mm. Oh, don't forget to get the light above 75. So he wasn't even having his plus 10 at that point. Yeah, the Ruins battle music is good stuff. And then that should take care of. Yep.
Right. And then she dies on the next turn.
You could try hitting her with 9. Or
if I hit her with anything, it will kill her.
Yeah. You're going to do at least 5 damage, which odds are good that will do that, but not guaranteed.
I think I'm just going to have her heal.
Okay.
Because Sprawl at least needs it. And she is going to die next turn anyway.
Sure. Okay. Yeah, my thought was that neither one of the melee guys could actually hit the back 2 ranks. So she probably would have been safe there. There we go. Stand your ground.
Dazed,
Warsh.
reeling, about to break.
No, I meant stand your ground. Let's see. Would Zealous be enough to kill him? Probably not. Probably.
Nope.
By 1.
I should have actually expected that. Let's see.
Yeah, at least the Hugh or Zealous will take care of both of them. Well, take care of him rather, and hurt the other one.
Oh boy.
Yeah, good call. Stun him and.
So I was definitely not finishing him off this turn.
Right. It'll give you a chance to heal up people too. Actually, yeah, you could blight him and be guaranteed to kill him before the time runs out. So you get 3 turns, and that'll kill him in 2.
Yeah.
Then yeah, I think definitely the right call to camp after this one. All right. Yeah, and we came out of that one pretty well. At least better than we came into it.
Right.
Kind of amazing how good a stress healer the Crusader is later on. It's like, I think about the time the Jester is healing like 15, he's healing 10. Sprawl did a Necromancer Lord fight somewhat recently.
Drekno says that will burn up stress and torchlight. Maybe worth it to take the long time to fight all the way up to the boss room, then go back for the statue buff.
You don't want to take chances on bosses this level.
See, the problem is that that's kind of taking a chance on people going crazy before the boss fight happens, and that's why I'm a little bit worried.
Right. Yeah, if we don't rest now and do some stress relief, then we're definitely going to have Sprawl and possibly Flython go crazy. And that's if and he definitely will if we don't tag in the whatever skill it is of his that lower stress.
Success. So
after the fight, all 4 party members 80-90 stress, but hadn't camped after the camp. They all had 0. How did you pull that one off? Even if you had people with, I'm trying to think of what camp abilities could actually do that.
Okay, fine, crusts it is.
More so than busts, anyway. So we've got
one
more fight.